There he is.
All right.
They're starting to chase a little bit now.
This week on Outdoor Oklahoma, the weather's hot and so is the fishing. We're catching slab crappie in the heat of the summer on Broken Bow Lake, and we're sharing all our secrets on how you can do it too. From the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation, Outdoor Oklahoma.
Hello and welcome to Outdoor Oklahoma. I'm Todd Craighead. What would you say if you got a call out of the blue one day and a guy says, how'd you like to have the best day of crappie fishing in your life? Well, I bet you'd look into it like I did, wouldn't you? I did my research, and Rod Carter from Broken Bow is the real thing. He's got a technique for catching giant slab crappie in the heat of the summer. And so I went down and spent a day with him and his friend Bob Proctor on Broken Bow. And they've got a really unique technique that, you know, it produced a lot of fish and it was a lot of fun. I think you're going to enjoy it today. Rod, I know we only actually met just an hour ago, but do you remember the first time you called me about, oh, it's been about a month and a half ago. The very first words out of your mouth were, how would you like to have the best day of crappie fishing of your life?
Yes.
And here we are.
It's can be quite the trip in the hot summertime down here on Broken Bow.
Watch Outdoor Oklahoma, I always kind of like Todd's demeanor on the camera, and what few times I'd met him on some, in Oklahoma City on several deals, on some fishing tackle shows and stuff. And I kind of want to see him come down here, you know.
Here we go. Don't feel like a very big fish. No, very small fish there, but I believe he'll eat.
Well, everything's relative, because I'd be tickled with that right there.
Them's really small. So I contacted Todd earlier this year and I said, would you like to come to Broken Bow? Probably one of a good crappie trip in a hot summer you'll ever see.
All right.
Another small fish. Wow, another white crappie. Yeah, those are really small.
My goodness.
I mean, they eat well, but I like to see those 13, 14 inchers.
I've been telling, friends have been asking, you know, where I was going this week, and I'm telling them come down here. And I've got a couple of your pictures from Facebook saved to my phone so I can show them. And they just have a hard time believing, really, a 16-inch crappie? Wow.
Most people think crappie fishing is a springtime, you know, venue, but it's actually the summertime is usually the most predictable pattern on a lot of these lakes. We kind of started learning about this pattern 6 or 8 years ago from some people in Texas.
You know, I'm sure this looks a little strange on television, us all sitting right here close together, but this is a little bit different fishing than I've done before, where you're really just kind of glued to this fish finder and letting it kind of tell you exactly how to fish. And you've even pointed out you can see a fish come up and chase your lure up.
Not very big, but bigger than one I've caught so far. Oops.
That's bigger than your other one you caught, right?
That's true.
The technology's changed, electronics.
A little dirty there.
And the old timers done it, but just dead reckoning. Now, with the advent of GPS, side imaging, it can be a great way to consistently catch crappie.
Water temperature is 86 degrees. So we're in 22.9 foot of water, but the brush comes up to, you know, 14, 13 foot here. This is solid brush and fish from here down. Well, the electronics has got a cone angle, and it's specified in degrees. And you've got to get that lure right in that cone angle to be see it. Okay. Now right here, you see those 3 lines. That's actually the swivel, a very small swivel, and that's 2 1/32 ounce jigs right there. You can see them moving. That's actually a fish here suspended, and he went out from under the cone angle. In fact, I'm already drifting off the brush pile. These brush piles are not very big at all. Maybe 10, 15, 20 foot across. And we're kind of off the edge, and there's a fish there suspended. And this is brush down on the bottom. This top line is actually the barrel swivel. There's a fish up along it, in fact. Let that fish go ahead and, or that shad or whatever that is, go down. These 2 bottom ones are 32 ounce jigs, and I'll roll it up here and show it how small that'll pick that up. Here's the barrel swivel right here. You can see how small it is. And here's the 32 ounce jigs. And those electronics are good enough these days to pick that smaller jig up. And we typically run 2. Bob seems to he likes 1 jig better. We're tinkering around with the barrel swivel deal to keep twist out of the line. And we're gonna count down to these fish. That's 1 pull, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that should put us right above. Some people take and mark footage 2 foot on their rod. It's just, you get used to the rod you're using, it kind of becomes natural. But I have seen people take tape and mark foot on their rods. There he is.
All right.
They're starting to chase a little bit. Another white crappie. Now this is getting to be a little bit better there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
We get occasionally, we call them blue crappie. They're actually just a white crappie, but they'll even be a lot more blue than this. They'll be a steely gray blue color.
That is really pretty. I hadn't seen one like that.
We were averaging these, you know, when I called you.
Yeah.
When you hurt your ankle, we were averaging. This was average fish.
You've made a believer out of me.
Yeah, you've seen too many pictures, haven't you?
It's a little over 13 inches.
A little over 13.
So you're saying don't really work it up and down, just
No.
kind of jiggle it when you get it at the right depth.
Once you get what we call it count, once you get your count down, your depth, like for this rod here is about 8 pulls. You know, that crappie's eyes, the way they're orientated on top of their head, they will not feed down below them. They can't see.
Yeah.
So you got to stay right above them. And once you get your count down, it's just repetition and going back to that count.
Yeah.
You know, your 8 pulls, 9 pulls, 12 pulls. And you can verify that by looking at the electronics. You know, you can see your jig on the electronics.
Yeah.
You know, as you can see those 2 lines there are my jig. And
There, got him.
here we go. We're double. I'll let mine get off.
Oh, here's one right here. Oh, here's a good one, I think.
You want the dip net? You got the dip net?
Here, I'll get this.
Woo.
Yeah, that's a good crappie. That's a good black crappie.
Oh, God.
That was a good black crappie there. That was
Golly. Well, it was on camera, so it counts, right?
no,
No, you're not even going to give it to me. huh?
it don't count until we get to put it in the white grease. And that's what all this crappie fishing is about. It's fine table fare. You know, Broken Bow's always been known for its clarity. You know? Here we go. Yeah, the sun's starting to get out and they're starting to hit now.
That's good.
This is a real small crappie. We're gonna turn him back. You know, some people would eat that fish, but
Oh, I know.
I've
had plenty of days where that was my biggest one.
no, let's let him grow back. Let him grow back and get a lot bigger than this.
Wow.
You know, my goal when I first talked to you is I wanted to see you set. Nobody's actually applied for the Lake Records program in crappie.
Really? Oh, man.
And I think
You've
Lake,
probably caught it 100 times between the two of you.
between me and Bob, there's no telling. But Yeah, and that one you had on could have been it. That was a
Wow.
pretty good one there. But that was my goal. What I told you,
Yeah.
when I talked to you, I said I'd like to see you get the Lake Records deal. We'll go down at the Frontier General
Sure.
Store and let you apply for it.
Sure.
You seen how far he
Oh.
chased it up?
I didn't. I
You see how
missed.
far he chased it up to hit it?
Well, you know the sun. Oh, that's a good fish
Yeah,
too.
that's average there. Another white crappie.
Well,
you
and
see how
you were
far he-
talking about the sun.
The sun has a lot to do with it. Cloudy days are not as productive.
Uh-huh.
It seems like the hotter and the brighter, the better.
And you were saying earlier, as soon as that sun crests over and really starts to hit the water.
Yeah, I like the color of these crappie. Like the purple on the tail here and
Uh-huh.
iridescence. The white crappie they're pretty, but my personal favorite are the black crappie.
Uh-huh.
They've got they're thicker, got more meat on them.
Mhm.
They're a good heavy fish. But those white crappie taste just the same. But if you noticed how far he chased on electronics,
I missed
how
it,
far I reeled
but before you.
before he finally decided to take it.
Really?
Another white crappie.
Oh, that's a good one.
Pretty decent eater.
Golly.
Pretty decent. Like I said, the fishing may pick up as the sun gets out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Not nothing great. He'll taste good he'll taste good at night.
Yeah.
You don't have an aversion to eating crappie, do you?
No, no, sure
Okay.
don't.
I don't. I don't want to make sure we don't hurt your feelings.
Well, I wouldn't dare tell you that anyway. If I did, you'd throw me out of the boat.
There he is. I dropped it back down to him.
All right. Is that a net too?
Another white crappie. I want to catch some. Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Shoot pop it now. Stay pop it now. Stay buddy.
Good eater. White crappie. I like the black crappie. Like I said earlier, they seem like they have more meat on them.
Thicker.
But the old white crappie, look at the size of.
Man.
This is not a very big fish.
Man,
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
that's great.
This, like I said, this has been our average in summer. That's about an average size fish for us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he may not be that big. Now this is good. This is going to be this is a white crappie. He's pretty good. I was hoping it'd be a black crappie, but pretty good white crappie. He's not that big. I'm gonna try going down in that pile just a little. May get hung up. We'll fix to find out. There he is. Dropped it down in there to him. 2 more pulls. Another white crappie. Pretty good one. Not bad. Yeah, lure just fell out. Nice white crappie right here.
With the net?
Got pretty, yeah, might all get the net on this one. Pull off. That's got clear that water.
Yeah.
He'll eat well.
He's pretty.
You know, our friends down in Louisiana call these sockeye. Yankees call them specks. As soon as I dropped it in there. It's about getting in that spot, you know. I don't know what it is yet. Big black crappie. This is black crappie here. He is a pretty nice fish. I love these blacks. And these things are thick. There's one of these black crappie. Let's grab one of them white crappies out of the meat locker and show the difference. I know they all taste good. Oops. That old blue crappie there, Todd, will be pretty. You can kind of see the difference in the colors. White crappie will usually have stripes, and there's something more the dorsal fin count too.
Yes.
But that's a pretty black crappie there. See how good and thick they are across shoulders. And their mouths are smaller, seem like always to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got another fish on here. This is gonna be a white crappie. Not a great big one, but that's a good eating. I believe Todd will eat that one.
I'll eat it, that's for sure. That's another good one.
Hooked in the top of the mouth pretty good. I think we can swing him over. Oh yeah, here we go.
All right.
You wanna eat that one?
Well, I'll wait till he's cooked.
You like mustard rub with hot
You
sauce?
bet.
Okay. This is what crappie fishing is all about. He's a little small, but we're gonna eat him today.
You bet.
I don't see y'all go back home hungry.
I don't think there's a chance.
This is another black crappie. He's about a 12-incher probably. Not a very big one, but he'll sure taste good. Never felt that fish yet, just lifted up and he was on there. They just sometimes they're just sitting there holding it. Here's another good black crappie here, guys.
Well, you've got the touch. Man, that's an awesome fish.
Let's go ahead and try to lip him. That's prettier that way. Yeah, he's not as big as I thought, but he's still a good one.
Oh, yeah.
That lure just fell out. See that?
Woo! Man.
Pretty black crappie. Good eating side. What you got there, Todd?
Well,
You pulling pretty good?
yeah, he is. I'm hoping I don't
You got to
lose
see
this
him
one.
come up on the electronics. didn't
Yeah, I watched that fish come right up on the screen.
you? Nice crappie, black crappie. Oh, pretty good one. Oh, don't let him get off there. There you go. Let's measure that fish for just curiosity's sake.
That's my biggest. Wow. Look, get a little better. There, I'm gonna get a better grip. That is awesome. That's what we came down here for. That is my personal best right there. All thanks to a phone call. You know, the funny thing about Rod is that he was actually embarrassed that we caught so few fish that day. Well, I guess everything's relative because that was a pretty good day in my book. We're also going to find out that Rod's got a pretty good technique for frying fish as well, right after this week's Outdoor News Report. You know, fishing for crappie's a lot of fun, but really, this is what I'm after. I'm after your secret recipe.
Well, it's really not a secret, but as you can tell by my waistline, I eat quite a bit of it. So,
Well, everybody's got
it's pretty
their
good.
favorite way to do it, so kind of give us your rundown.
We like putting mustard rub with hot sauce rub, any hot sauce will do. Now, Griffith's mustard, mayonnaise, stuff made in Oklahoma. This is some Valentino's, any will work. Tabasco, anything like that will work. And some people like crappie just with cornmeal. My grandfather would have had a cow if we were doing this today, but Grandpa's long gone. But it is really good. My wife likes it. It seems like all the friends, what we do, we take just a little mustard. It don't have to be fancy. Doesn't take much. Now, some of my friends really like hot food.
Yeah.
I don't know, y'all being north of I-40, it might, it might hurt y'all. I don't know.
We'll risk it.
We'll risk it, okay. And just get a good coating on it. Just cover it up real good. You can Look at some of them pretty fillets there.
Again, it's hard to believe those are crappie fillets.
Yeah, those, like I told you, we were having 13-inch average there for several weeks, you know. And just a coating on it is all it takes. This makes the cornmeal Zatarans. I like a mix between regular cornmeal and Zatarans. That's good. David's Fresh Fry, any of that got good stuff. Look at some of them pretty fillets.
Those are great.
You don't want to work up too much fish in here. It's hard to get, you know, a good coating on. But if you miss a little spot coating, that don't hurt either. It's still good. Then you got a good coated fillet there, like this here. That's a good coating. That's ready to go in the grease. Get the grease to temperature and put you a bunch in there. You ready to fry some up?
I'm ready.
Are you the type of guy that likes to snack a little bit while we're cooking?
I've been known to snack a little.
Most people do. I fall into that category too.
Well, Rod, this has been a fantastic day, and I guess you could call this the fruits of our labor.
Yes, and quite good fruits.
You bet. You know, I will always be appreciative of that phone call, and I think this is the beginning of a great friendship.
I hope so. It's been a good day. I think we've got a great fishery here in southeast Oklahoma and Oklahoma in general. Summertime crappie fishing, those same techniques we use today apply to every lake in Oklahoma.
Well, it won't be my last time.
I hope so.
Hey, I'd like to thank Rod Carter and Bob Proctor for showing us such a great time down in their neck of the woods, and I guarantee that won't be my last time down there with them either. You know, if you haven't already, connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. You can also watch us now on YouTube. For all of us at your wildlife department, I'm Todd Craighead, and we'll see you right here next time on Outdoor Oklahoma.